So today we're here with Norman Garcia, who is housekeeping manager at the Intercontinental West Miami. And as you know, last night I had an issue with my hotel room. Unfortunately, I found bugs in my bed. It's everyone's worst nightmare. And as I'm sure you've been briefed about it, Norman, I totally was upset. I called immediately, and I got a hold of Vanessa Parapar at the front desk and concierge, and she was fantastic. She did come straight away to look at and make sure that what I saw was actually bugs in my bed.
Correct.
We found out that they were not bed bugs. We believe that they were ants. Later she called in the director of rooms, who is Michael Harth, who was fantastic to come up and explain to me that here in the tropical heat of the Caribbean, or close to it, that yes, bugs are actually a bigger issue than what people are used to in the upper United States. So I wanted to get with you and talk with you a little bit about what Intercontinental West Miami's procedure is when you have such a situation, because it's every consumer's nightmare. And so I wanted to find out what your procedure is for handling this situation, how you rectify it, and how you move forward to never have this problem.
Well, like I said beforehand we started this, because of the humidity and the levels of rain that we get on this area of Florida, mosquitoes and other flying insects on that size are very common around here. Most of us encounter these sometimes during these rainy seasons, which is the summer, which we get more amount of rain than the rest of the year. In the hotel we have a procedure of when a sighting like this happens, or a guest complaint happens, we quarantine the room. The room is put out of service, and we immediately contact our professional exterminator, which is an outside company. We don't treat those problems personally. We have a certified company that comes from the outside and takes care of that directly. They come in, we usually take care of the evidence, we put it on another area so they can see it when they come in. They get the evidence which we got from the room. They usually go to the room, they treat it. First thing they inspect, obviously, is every corner, every gap, which there could be any types of nests or anything in that area, obviously to cancel out the origin of the insect coming from the room instead of coming in the room.
Right.
So we have our basic routine is 3 times a month, 3 out of 4 weeks. Our exterminator comes into the property, inspects a certain amount of rooms. He actually treats the room for any type of insects or bugs. He does once a month the outside area for any type of ant activity, which still happens that the ants get to come into the first levels of the hotel sometimes, and either the higher levels. Since the ants are the ones that basically get a little bit more happily with the rainy season, other than the mosquitoes, we tend to target those areas, which are the garden areas around the hotel and the trees around the hotel.
Which I believe these were ants, after looking at a lot of pictures online last night.
Correct.
Of course, afterwards.
What I saw from the evidence that was picked up from the room, actually, and given a close-up of what was left of the evidence, it looked more like an ant than anything else. That's why I was like a little bit confused when they told me it was a flying object instead of
it was not flying.
It was not flying.
Yes.
So that's when I saw the evidence this morning, which is a part right now for the exterminator when it comes on Monday morning. I realized it was just a little baby ant.
But there were lots of them.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to investigate. Obviously, when he comes in next business day, we're gonna track down, because usually ants are easily to track down as per them. So that is usually the procedure we do. But the room goes into quarantine immediately, and after the inspection of the professional exterminator happens, and we clean up the room and leave it as it was, is that we put it back out for service.
And so another question would be, we all know that pests move quickly. So do you also search the rooms on either side of the quarantine room?
We search 4 rooms down on the sides.
Oh, great.
Meaning that if you are in a section of the rooms, 4 doors down and 4 doors to the right or the left are being checked as well.
That's thorough. I also went into the new room last night, and of course because I had this feeling I needed to strip down the beds and have them go through it with me. Your staff was fantastic. They were, more than willing to help me, and we opened up the bed and looked in the linens, and I asked them, which parts of the linens do you wash every time and which parts do you not? And of course we were told that you cannot wash the down, and each of your beds has a layer of down comforter.
Correct.
It is enveloped within a duvet cover that is washed every time
Correct.
that the room is changed.
Correct.
And then on top you have a second layer, you have a sheet, and you have another duvet cover over a top down comforter, and then you have a washed bedspread. And you do actually, which is different than most hotels, you wash your bedspread every single time that a guest changes the room. And your pillows are also down, which cannot be washed, but
Correct.
the pillowcases are washed.
Correct.
So if a person didn't want to have the down, because we know that can't be washed, because that is an issue, that is a point where pests could come in because it's not washed
Correct.
consistently. Can you ask for that upon making your reservation
We
for
do
the
not
room?
wash them. We have them specially treated like in a dry cleaning. We have an outsourced company that comes and helps us with that.
And how often do you do that with
We
guests?
usually, on a rotation for the feathers, we usually do it like once a month.
Once a month,
Correct.
so all of the rooms will be rotated
Correct.
once a month.
Correct.
Okay.
As well as the bed, we do the bed rotation
Okay.
on the bed, so it's the same level of comfort on the bed year round.
And so, should a person ask to have no down bedding, or
That's no problem. Immediately when they're checking in, they call us over at the housekeeping department saying that either is allergic to feathers or doesn't like feathers at all.
okay,
We go immediately, take that off, replace the regular pillows, the feather pillows they have in there, with regular foam pillows.
oh, very nice. So you can request to have
yes,
all
ma'am.
the down removed, which would actually, stop the point of entry that something could
Correct.
happen, because
Correct.
everything on the bed would be washed.
And then immediately, when they're checking in, if it's allergies or just by special request, the front desk puts it into the client's or the guest profile, and for next time, if it's a repeat customer, we know that they don't like it or they're allergic to it, and we totally remove it, and they avoid asking the question again when they check in.
Right. That's fantastic. I really appreciate you taking time to explain to me.
No problem.
And is there anything else you'd like to say in regards to this incident?
We're really looking into what happened in your room that night, and hopefully we're going to have everything resolved by the middle of the week. And obviously I truly apologize, since it's something that sometimes is out of our control.
Right.
Because coming from the outside, they can even land on you from the palm trees around. Because remember, the hotel are surrounded by palm trees too. So it could have gone either way. But I deeply apologize for whatever happened to you. And obviously I hope that the rest of the experience in this hotel will be happy for you.
Well, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it, Norman.